back to Grown Women Talk. I'm Kia.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Sheree.
You all, please don't forget, before we get started, to subscribe to our channel. If you're new today, please subscribe to our channel. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. And hit the bell so that you know we put up new content every week. Okay, you all, we had a great discussion the other day about cosmetic surgery, and we said that we would talk about some things that are preventive or some things that people can use to treat beauty, but also just health things. We want to do, I've been doing some more research, and Sheree, you are a firm believer in something that I think all of us need to learn more about. I need to learn more about, and that's acupuncture.
Wow.
Acupuncture.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you use acupuncture, how long you've been doing acupuncture?
Nice. So we said absolutely that we were going to share with you some of our tips for feeling good, for feeling young, and then ending up looking young.
Yes.
And this is one of the tips, acupuncture. Let me tell you, I have plantar fasciitis. It is a common disease in the foot for people who are born with flat feet.
I have flat feet.
Really?
Yes, yes.
So we have either a low arch or no arch.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a child, I had to wear the little shoes with the bar.
Yes.
So I began to have this pain in the middle of my foot, and it was hard to walk. Even in flats at work, I was kind of tiptoeing. And I went to the doctors to see, well, what's going on? Can you prescribe something? They said, asked a few questions. It's plantar fasciitis. Don't worry about it. What we'll do is prescribe pain medication, Motrin. And then after that, we'll put a needle in your foot for the pain. And after those don't work anymore, we'll simply have surgery. And we'll offer one surgery after the other. It's very common. Don't worry about it. I said, what is the name of it again? Plantar fasciitis. Thank you. I'll see my acupuncturist. And as soon as I went to Dr. Wong, and we'll leave his information below, but you can look for any acupuncturist that's board certified in your area, board certified, because you want to make sure those needles are clean. He's using new needles each time. All of those precautions that they're supposed to take. You want to make sure he's taking those or she's taking those. In any case, I went to him. He said, oh, yes, that's very common. We'll treat it. Within the first treatment, I was back walking with no pain. And then as I continued to go back, I was back in my heels. I wear 4 or 5 inch heels now. I mean, I'm back in my heels.
Yes.
I dance, liturgical dance, and just have fun. So without surgery. So I wanted to share that tip with you all.
Nice.
Whenever there's something that you can do naturally, look at Eastern medicines, look at herbal responses.
Yes.
Look at those. Western medicine has its place.
That's right. That's so good. Yes.
But there are so many other things. I remember long ago I used an herb for mood, and I forgot what it was.
We'll list it below.
We'll list it below. Okay. And I talked to a primary care doctor about it. I said, I've been taking this. He wanted to prescribe one of those mood medications. I said, I've been taking this herb, and it's very nice. He said, oh, we've known about that for years.
Wow.
But never said a word. Yeah. So I'm going to be sharing some things. The other thing acupuncture helped me with was migraine headaches. I had migraines for 2 years because I had toxic mold in my basement. Didn't know.
Right.
I was doing all of these tests to find out what's going on. But during that time, I couldn't function. The acupuncture put me back on my feet and also helped me with some other things that we'll share.
Yes. You know what, Kay, I know you're about to mention something, but a few years back, many years back, I was an exec on loan for a brief period for a jail-based treatment program that used acupuncture as a treatment modality for men and women addicted to drugs. Yes. And so as those are the things that often we don't hear about. That's right. And, again.
Or we may be afraid of.
But, it's interesting as you talk about that, and Western medicine obviously has its place. Mm-hmm. But, when you think about the alternative to addiction, that could possibly help treat. And so I wanted to raise that. So I'm glad you brought that up. So
beautiful.
Now, I love the library. We've told you that on many episodes, how we love the library. Yes. And I found a book because sometimes the reason why I love the library so much is when you go to the library, sometimes you find something, you pick up something that you normally would never pick up. And so I just was walking by and I looked around, I found this book, and it is called The Little Book of Healthy Beauty. I love the beauty department, and I always look for stuff. But this is talking about, it's called Simple Daily Habits to Get You Glowing. And it is by a woman who is a health doctor who is also a licensed acupuncturist.
Love it.
And
love it.
in fact, she has been on the Dr. Oz show. She is a naturopathic doctor, and her name is Dr. Pina LoGiudice, something of that nature. But this is the book right here. Okay, so I found this book, and she talks about in this book. One of the tenets she talks about is acupuncture. In the section talks about meditation and relaxation, but really she's talking about how to get your glow, how to feel great, because she talks about how no matter what amount of makeup you put on, you cannot cover up certain things if you're not feeling good inside. And so one of in the first chapter, she makes you take a test, and I really think that everybody should get this book. She makes you take a test where you look at what you need help in. Do you need help in the area of getting more sleep or digestion or relaxation or whatever? And so one of the things that she says for everybody that I think is so important when we talk about looking young and feeling good is that you must get your sleep. You must get enough sleep. Yeah. And she said that it is important to go to bed before 11 o'clock because your body repairs itself at night. And it was amazing to read that. And, I've heard from people like Diana Ross and other people who look great saying that they swear by beauty sleep, but she gives the reasons in this book as to why, beauty sleep is so important.
And, we have to recondition ourselves. I'm so glad you raised this book. As a matter of fact, I will go to the other library. We compete at libraries. Go to the other library and get it. But, I know I don't get enough sleep. And part of that is because that is who I am. I'm up all night and it really takes its toll. Yeah. And so this is good, and that's a good habit for people.
She talks about for people who may have a difficulty even getting to sleep, to how to start a sleep routine, we talked about that. Remember when we talked about our show with the social media? Mm-hmm. Yes, she talks about turning off the television, getting away from your phone, and all of that. Laptop. So the next thing she talks about, and I'm not going to be able to go through everything. I really suggest you get the book, but she talks about digestion. My goodness, y'all. There's so many illnesses that are caused because of how we eat and what we eat and so forth. She talks about, first of all, slowing down when you eat to make sure that your food can even be digested properly. Slowing down when you eat so that your body has time to tell your mind it's full. Because some people eat more because your mind doesn't know that you're full, but if you just slow down. She talks about putting the right things in our body and making sure that you eliminate your waste. She talks about all those different things that are so important because your digestion, your immune system, so much of it is in the digestive tract that you need to have a healthy digestive tract and put healthy foods in there, eat more antioxidants. All this stuff is information that maybe I've heard bits and pieces of, but need to put into better practice. And to have this book, to see it all in one place, I think was wonderful. That is so especially good. So awesome. As we're trying to do more things. When you're in your 20s or maybe even in your 30s, you feel as though you don't need to do some things, but you need to start doing things like this early on. So that you can already be in the practice of it. And if not, then start right away.
Yes. And we have laughed before. You may have heard us tell the story about our grandmother who was a health buff. Yes. And for dessert, she used to make us prunes and apricots with a dollop of yogurt on top. Yes. And she would present it as if it was this fantastic delicacy. And we really grew up not knowing any better. So that's part of the reason why we got a kickstart into life, and we look this way at a certain age. But it was because of those herbal things, the good beginning that we got.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that stood out to me that was in the book, she said, anger, stress, bitterness, and fatigue show up on the face.
Wow.
All of those things show up on the face.
Wow.
You know, and we have to think about that. And that's why she talks about in here getting meditation and relaxation and getting massage and getting acupuncture and all those kind of things. And a whole chapter, of course, dedicated to exercise and how, you know, that helps. And a whole chapter dedicated to detoxifying. All of those types of things pulling together to make you feel better so that to help the body heal itself. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, you know, we talk about living our best lives. I mean, seriously, we talk about reset. I mean, to do these kinds of things, that is reset.
Yes.
You know, I just said to somebody, I was talking to a woman in the store earlier today, and we were talking about broccoli out of all the things. And one of the things she said, I said, you know what, I need to make sure I eat more broccoli and blah, blah, blah. And she said, yeah, I need to get my mojo back. I said, so you need a reset.
Yes.
And so she started talking about just little things. But if you do one thing, you make change one habit. Like I'd love to commit to go to bed at a decent hour with nothing.
Yes.
You know, now I'd love to commit to that. You start one thing.
That's
right.
And I think there becomes this ripple effect.
Absolutely. Even if you do it for 30 days.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It becomes habit.
Yes.
That's right.
We challenge y'all, pick one thing that you're going to change or add to your lifestyle.
Yes.
Let's do it for 30 days and see how you feel.
Yeah.
Also, because this is the Reset channel, Reset headquarters, scan the channel for our other videos. We do some on fitness.
Yes.
We do some on
healthy
nutrition,
eating.
Healthy eating.
Yes. We do some on emotional wholeness.
Yes.
And the whole channel is geared towards sisterhood and friendship. So it's a feel-good channel.
It is.
So stick with us. It's a whole lifestyle we're building.
Yes. And so you all, please don't forget the little book of healthy beauty, simple daily habits to get you glowing. I might even buy this book. Now, you know that's a big thing. I might even buy this book.
Well, probably because she's checked it out several times. Remember the little black book of style?
Yes, it's my new favorite. And don't forget the information that Sheree shared about acupuncture. So important. I think I might check out an acupuncturist myself. Nice. So you all, let's reset. And sometimes that means we have to reset the way we think.
Yes.
So you all, as we like to say here at Grown Women Talk, get ready.
Reset.
And go.
Bye.
Come join us, yeah.